Hello and welcome back to Marineford TCG. Ask and ye shall receive. Grape Luffy was by far the most voted for leader in the poll, at least as of when I checked it. So here we are with Grape Luffy. I'll go over the list as it's the first time of me playing this deck on the channel. If you want to skip straight to the game plan, there'll be a timeline in the description. So, Monkey D. Luffy is a green and purple leader, 4 life, 5000 power. Activate main once per turn. You can do Don -2 if you have only Straw Hat Crew type characters in play, which means we are hard locked to this archetype in this deck, which is quite cool. We've not really seen anything like this. Often leaders tend to play very in archetype, but nothing quite as hard as this. You can set up to 2 of your rested Don as active, then he goes to 6k until the end of your opponent's next turn. So really nice offense and defense, and you get extra Dons. The amount of free Dons you get with this deck, it's crazy, which kind of offsets the reality that you're sort of playing around 6 to 9 Don most of the game. You're not getting to 10 that much, at least in what I've found so far. So we've got some really cool cards in this. I'd say the 2 all-stars are going to be Sanji and Pudding and Frankie. Sanji and Pudding is a 5/7, really good stat line. On play, if you have equal or less Don, you get to draw a card. Often at the start of the game, this won't be live, but then when 2 or more of your Don cards are returned to your Don deck, you can ramp 1 back as active. So it's basically a Kid effect, so long as 2 Dons go back. On a better body than Kid, but it's not a blocker, and it doesn't have counter. But this card's just great. If you get a couple of these rolling on the board, your leader effect is free, and then you've got 4 more active Dons. It's just silly. It gets a little silly. And Frankie is like an upgrade on Zorojiro, in this deck specifically at least. He's a 3/4/1k Straw Hat Crew. On play and when attacking, if your leader is a Straw Hat Crew and the number of Don on your board is equal or less, you get 1 as rested. So it's really nice for the sort of mid-game when you're playing out these things like Sanji Pudding. You go -2 Don, you're going to get 3 back, but you're going to be equal to where your opponent is. Then you can play out the Frankie and go back 1 ahead. So you've lost no Don, you've got a 3/4 for fun, who's going to ramp you again next turn, as long as you play around with your Dons correctly, and you've got this ridiculous 5/7. Other than that, we've got a lot of the standard Straw Hat stuff. I have opted for the Luffy, Taro, Zorojiro combo, and Luffy Taro can also play out Sanji and Pudding, which is exceptional. No Sangoro, you could include him, this is just my first build. I felt like we had enough targets for Luffy Taro at the moment. You can even just play out like a Frankie. We also have Zorojiro for ramp, for all it's worth, you know what he does. Onami blocker is the best blocker in the deck, but a close second is this Sanji, and I've got an updated build that I'm going to show at the end of the video. This was just my initial draft, first thoughts, and then my updated build is going to be at the end. This Sanji is very live. Often I find in decks like Red Purple, this is never live, or very seldom live. But in this deck, where you're sort of playing around 6, 7, 8 Don a lot of the time, this is just a 3-cost blocker, which is brilliant, and it's a 2k. In terms of other 2ks, we've got the Usahachi, of course, and we've also got this Film Sanji. If you're familiar with Uta, you'll know this card. He's just kind of fine. You can play him out off the Film Luffy, and if you've got nothing else to do on 4, it's a good body. You're going to have some rested Don at some point, so he can get quite large. We also have a new Searcher, which is the 1-cost army, which is pretty cool. Searches the entire deck, cannot whiff. To the Rush Sanji, just in case you need just to rest a critical character, or when you're going for game, you can rest a blocker. What else have we got? We've got 2 of this new Water 7 Luffy. He's pretty interesting. So he is a 6/7, no counter. If your leader is multicolored, it gains Rush, as long as your opponent has 5 or more Don. And then when attacking, you can return 2 active Don, which is a new type of effect. You restand him, and then you take a life. I'm not quite so hot on this card as I think some other people are, but I think it is strong in this deck. My problem comes with it's only a closer, right? So if you're playing this out in the mid-game, you're minusing a lot of Don, like a serious amount of Don. Black Maria amount of Don. We obviously can't play Black Maria, because she's not part of the Straw Hat Crew, as it turns out. But yeah, I do think this is worth, as a couple, you can just finish off a game with it sometimes. It's pretty good. 4 Gum Gum Giant, because we are purple and we are Straw Hat, and I'm trying out 2 of the Going Merry, on play, you can just draw a card, so it's a nice little cycle. And then you can rest it. I didn't realise it had this clause. If the number of Don on your field is equal or less, you give something +2 cost. So it makes you hit some nice little breakpoints. You can put something like your Luffy outside the range of a carrot freeze. You can put your Sanji and Pudding outside the range of an Egghead Nami. You can put your Onami blocker outside the range of an Uso Hachi rest. It comes up more than you'd expect, although I'll be honest, I don't think these games do a great job of showcasing it. But believe me, it's not bad, and of course into black you can just make their life a little bit more awkward. But I do think this is much better into the matchups that are not black, where they can't abuse the cost mechanic. But either way, this is my first list. We've got some nice games here. Please forgive my misplays, this is my first games with the deck, and I hope you enjoy. Got a game up against Smoker. This looks like a very good hand. Double Gum Gum Giant not so much, but everything else is looking hot. Let's go with the Going Merry, get that going, and then pass the turn. Next turn, we can deploy the Zorojiro, make him a 5 cost for, honestly, what little that's going to matter. He goes with the Nami search, so a bit more of a Straw Hat build. Ooh, is this Animal Smoker? Yo, Animal Smoker kind of goes hard, can't lie. That's pretty fire. I like it, I like it. Let's go 5 at life. Nothing too crazy on this one, he'll probably just take. If this is an aggro deck, they're going to take their first hit. Yeah. Then we'll just deploy this fella. Make him a 5 cost. Not sure it's going to matter. Huh? Oh, we don't meet the Don requirement. I'll be honest, I didn't even realise it had that. It's quite funny though. That's quite funny. Ooh, whiff on the chopper. That's terrible. I'm sorry, sir. That sucks. That really sucks. If he just swings 6, we'll just take. We've got no 2Ks anyway. Ah, it feels bad, but we're going to do it. Another Sanji Pudding. He's looking pretty good. He's got 1 up for the event, no doubt. That's not ideal. Do we ever not attack? We wouldn't get the ramp. But it does set him back a turn, sort of. And then next turn we can do the Sanji. I think we don't attack, you know? I think we just don't attack. I think we just deploy the Pudding. Oh, but I really want this active Don with the Zorojiro. I really do. We're going to get 2 swings through. He gets 1 extra guy. We've got double Gum Gums for the end game. We can probably get away with it. I think we can get away with it. Let's do 5 and 5, ramp up. If he doesn't use his event, we won't attack again. And he doesn't use his event, just gives us a chopper man. So in that case, I think I'm just going to deploy. And then we'll do this, right? Because we still go back to 5. And then we can do a Nami search, which isn't quite nice. And the leader becomes big. And then we're at 7 next turn for the purple Sanji. 1, 2. Game 1. Let's go with the Nami. Get a little search going. Luffy Taro is quite compelling too. Onami could be good. Could just grab a 2. I think I'm just going to grab a 2. And then I'll... Is this live? No, this is still not live. We'll just end the turn. I don't want to let him use his event. I don't want to let him use it. And I think that's smart, because next turn... Okay, this Odyssey Chopper's very good. This is a very good card. Okay, goes with the Samurai. I see it. That's pretty cute. That's pretty cute. I like it. He can restand 2 Dons with... Now that this Chopper is large. I'm seeing the vision. He probably attacks the Zorojiro, but, like, it kind of sucks. It kind of sucks, because you're attacking... Yeah... It's 1 less hit that's going into our face, right? There's another chopper blocker. Which resolve that. That's fine. Then he's got 2 to do 7. Sure, I think we'll just defend this. This is nice and easy to get out of. No need to take there. Okay, so we're going to do Sanji this turn. I'm pretty sure. But let's attack into this. Just get rid of this blocker. If he wants to 2k this, it would be a little strange. Yeah, and he doesn't. Let's go 7 into the spammer chopper. Just blocks, okay. I guess I could have rested that first. Slight misstep there, slight misstep. Deploy this, use the card action, send 1 back. Rest this. Return no optional, rest this. Excuse me. Then we'll attack 7 into 5 again. If he defends, I'll use my leader effect and then attack in again. He does. Okay. Do Don -2. 1, 2, 1, 2. Game 1. And then we'll just go 9 into this chopper now. He's gone. Let him go. Very nice. And we'll, I guess, give Sanji and Pudding +2 cost. Not that I think it matters. I think we're in a good spot here. From next turn, we are going to have to hold 1 up for the Gum Gum Giant, I think. But it really depends on how much aggro he does this turn. I think attacking 2 into the Nami is smart to start. Just so that we can't attack into his little fellas as easily. Kid is one of the cards you can play, I suppose. Gonna get 2 Don back. That is fair. Excuse me. But he's got next to no cards. Sorry, massive coughing fit. We'll let that go. That's fine. Excuse me, sir, there are no Dons on your child. I don't know what to make of that. So let me think. We're going to 7. We play out the Sanji Pudding. We do leader effect. We go back to 7. So we're never actually getting to 8 for own Nami, which is a little bit of a shame. I think we just take this one, actually. Zorojiro is fine. It's fine. Well, that's a very nice grab. That is a good grab. So we'll definitely be doing that. Do I want to clear this Nami? I'm not that worried. Yeah, I think we'll just put everything through at face. So let's start with a 7 at face with the Sanji. Now, do I want to attack this? I'm not convinced I do, because this just gets so much value. Let's go with the Luffy Taro first, see what we get. Turn 1, play out this, because we get to draw a card, right? Excuse me. We'll go Don -2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Look at all these Dons. What a time to be alive. If we're going to keep 1 up for that, we can do like 7, 9. That's pretty good. He can take all the way down to 0. I don't think it's really a problem. Yeah, we'll do 7, 9. Does take all the way down to 0, so we're going into kid mode. With the 8 cost kid, it's kind of whatever. We'll see how big this is. 10 into 7, that's a really strange number. We can just gum out of this, and I think we should. 8 Don, who knows what for. Just go 1, 2. Trash the Zorojiro, buff this. Resolve. 7 cost Luffy's not bad. It's not bad. We don't have a great target for it. Especially as we're going back to only 6 Don, which is not ideal. Shuffle blocker. Restand a couple Dons. 6 Dons for something. Excuse me. We'll see what have you got, sir? What have you got? Show me the money. Another blocker, and then swing 7. Sounds about right. It's not going to bother swinging with this. Seems sensible. We'll just give him the Zorojiro again. So the aim here is just going to be to keep one up for Gum Gum. I think we'll just put on as much pressure as we can. After the leader effect, we're going to have 4 more Dons. As long as we've got 1 by the time or 2 by the time we finish our attacks, we can even use this Zorojuro, which is quite good. Let's start with an 8. I think we're just going to chip away at his hand this turn. I don't think we're going to get rid of the kid this turn. But next turn, that next turn could be the 1. Could be the 112. Let's go with another 8. Just keep plugging these 8s, because you've got to imagine he's playing a few bricks if he's playing the Animal Engine. And he held up 1 earlier for that event, and he's not got any Dons at the minute, so it's very possible he has an event. Okay, looks like he's out of counter. So let's just go with another 8. I can't attack there, of course. Genius. Does have more counter, actually. Okay. I've overstepped my Don. I needed to play this Zorojuro if I wanted to restand any Dons. Fool. Never mind. I guess we're not playing the Zorojuro. Well, we'll go Don -2. We don't get any Dons as active because I'm a fool. Yeah, we can't click this one. But we do get 2 Dons back from these guys, which is very reasonable. We're at 6. Let's go to 10. So we'll get rid of the other chopper blocker. And then we'll pass the turn 1 up for Gum Gum. Weird playstyle this deck. You sort of seem to be playing with never getting to 10 Don, which is odd, right? It's pretty cool, though. I like it. I like it. It's pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, he's down to 4 cards. I'm sensing at least 2 of them are bricks, possibly all 3. One of them, possibly an animal counter event searcher. The shut up event. Who knows what these other ones are. This is a top deck, could be anything. He needs another blocker, otherwise he's cooked. I mean, I guess Hody Jones resting our Don, you could go for game. Spooky, spooky. We do have a 4k counter though, so I think we should be alright to get out of one of these hits. Especially with the 2 life. So let me think, what's he got? He's got 5 more Don. So we can do 8, 10. Well, we can at the very least get out of an 8. So let's just take this one. Yeah, let's just take this one. Try and bait him into going for it. And there's a 2k, so we're very safe. Just becoming a 6k leader is so good. So good. Just take this one as well. We've got so much counter now. Look at this. This is crazy. And then we'll just counter out this 9. Nice and easy. I don't think these numbers were the best, but it is what it is. And that's going to be the game there. Unless we royally mess up. But he just concedes, doesn't even give us the chance. And yeah, he did have 2... I think he had 3 bricks. He had the Hody, the We Are, and the Chopper. Wants a rematch? Sure, why not? Let's have a rematch. I'm in a rematch kind of mood today. Don't normally bother with this, but... You know, why not? Why not? Looks pretty good. We've got Nami, we've got Zorojuro. We can always do other Zorojuro if we want to ramp. Got good choices here. Does get the Chopper. Let's go with the Nami. This is going to be good. Turn those there, end the turn. This card is so good in this deck. This is a crazy, crazy card, man. 5 and 5, we'll counter out this one while it's nice and easy. We now know he's a very aggressive deck. So we're going to need to counter the little swings while we can. Frankie's not bad. Let me think. We can do Zorojuro for 3. We could leader effect, send 2 back. But no, we'd only have 2 Dons. We can't play out Frankie. We can probably play out Frankie next turn to get a Don, though. So that's quite good. Let's just go 6 into the blocker. He'll probably let it go. You never know, though. He might keep it. He just lets it go. I think that's smart. Then we'll go with the Zorojuro and the turn. Just getting these characters down is very nice. And I think attacking 6 over attacking 5 and playing the Zorojuro is slightly better there. This is scary, though. He didn't see this last game. I wasn't even sure if he was playing this. I mean, it's a very good card. But you never know, really, do you? Gets an Odyssey Chopper. That's probably the scariest one. These are all bricks. Wow. Well, I don't want to take 2 swings. Well, I guess I want the Frankie. I think I really want the Frankie. So I'm going to give him the Usohachi. Might be a mistake. We'll see. Okay, 5-5. Okay, I don't love that. Well, let's take this. Oh, it's a brick. No, not a brick. Oh, do we have to give him the Frankie? I think we have to give him the Frankie. Yeah, we can't go down. It's too crazy. It's too crazy. We can't go down again. And then Chopper's going to stand himself. Oh, we get another Frankie. What a time to be alive. Okay. Let's go... Just a simple 5 with Zorojuro ramp up. We're never going to get the draw off this Sanji and Pudding anyway, so it's whatever. Let's go 2 into 2. See if he lets us have the Nami. And he does. Smart. We do need to get rid of this. We really do. Let's deploy this. Use this. 1, 2. 1, 2. Game 1. How much do we want to invest into this? 7 into 5, he might save, honestly. We've got next to no counter. This banish is going to go off, which is very bad. Not loving this position. Can't lie, I'm not loving this position. But it is what it is. We've made our bed. I do think I really want to play out the Frankie. Then we'll have no counter at all. Oh, it's a tough one. It's a tough one. I really want this Chopper gone. Let's just get rid of him. Let's just get rid of him. We can rebuild next turn, hopefully. But I think our opponent's got a much better chance this game. This Smoker is a way better card than these animals, honestly. The animals are not quite popping. Yeah, this is much better than the animal stuff. This just Smoker into Hody Jones. This is way scarier. Because he can remove basically our entire board. Yeah, that is unfortunately gonna hit. You hate to see it. You really do. If we defend this, does he attack it again? Maybe? I think we just lose our entire board. I think we just lose the game, you know? I think we just lose. This Hody Jones was the perfect card for him here. Yep. Yeah, we're gonna lose the entire board. That's horrific. Yep. How do we come back? That's really bad. That's really bad. I'm just drawing too many bricks. Way too many bricks right now. What have we seen so far? We've seen like 1 2k? And a few 1ks? That's not good. I mean, we can do Luffy Tyrant to Zorojuro, but it's just not going to be enough, is it? Maybe we can grab a Gum Gum Giant and get something there. Maybe go with this Luffy next turn. It's probably going to be the move. We're going to have to see a Gum Gum Giant here. We're going to have to. Because I can't afford to Don -2 this turn, really. Deploy this. Return 1 Don. Play out this. We do get the Giant, at least. That's nice. We have to keep one up. If we leader effect, we go back to 6, but then Giant takes us back to 4. We could still play this next turn, but we're going to have no Don. Realistically, if we attack 7, it's not going to do that much more, so I'm just going to do 5 at life. And then we'll resolve. End the turn. And then we just got to go for game next turn. But I don't love this position. I think this position is very bad. Just gives us a Chopper, man. Sure. Yeah, hopefully we don't see the 8-cost kid. We don't, we just see a Smoker. Okay, that's not quite so intimidating. He's going to restand a million Don. It's so gross. It's so gross. This should be a 9. Yeah, this is a 9. Ooh, I don't love this. But I think we do have to counter out of the Banish swing. Because otherwise we're losing a card anyway. We're going to always be taking the Hody Jones swing. We're probably always taking the leader swing. And then we just have to counter the Chopper swing. And we just hope we see enough counter out of it. I think I'm going to go with it. Trash the Zorojuro, buff this. I guess the Frankie is worse than the blockers. On the off chance we want to play a blocker. But yeah, okay, so we don't die now. Which is nice. Yep, take that. Oh, he doesn't have a... You don't have a rad beam. Don't lie to me, brother. Don't lie to me, brother. You don't have a rad beam. You might have a rad beam. You might have it. Either way, we don't have much choice in the matter. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 swings. We need 4 of them to go through. This is going to have to be the biggest character on the board, I think. So let's... Oh, I don't love this, though. This hit should go through. If we put 1 Don on this, it should go through. At 8. We just got to hope that he's very low on 2s, I think. And he's given us none, so there's no way he is. Let's go with the 6. You never know. Maybe he doesn't have any 2s. He definitely does. And he should counter this one. Every time. Every time. Yeah, I think we're cooked here. But we'll give it the best shot we can. Let's go with this. Then we go with this. So this is at 6. This is at 7. We can make this 7 and then make this 8, 9, 9. That's a... No, we have to return 2 active Dons. Oh, it's so bleak. It's so bleak. Does this have to go through at a 6? Oh, man. Yeah, this is so over. This is so over. No 2s one time. No 2s one time. Oh. No 2s one time. Well, these are all 8s now, so it doesn't really matter the order we swing in. If he's got Rad Beam, he's got Rad Beam. He gets us with that. It is what it is. Yeah, I think he's just baiting us in, but, I mean, there's nothing else we can do, right? Use the card action. 1, 2. 8, 8. There's no way this is going to be that bricked up, but we may as well go for it. Counter event. Okay. Okay. You're saying there's a chance? Nah, GG's. GG's. Close though, he only had 1, 2, he had 3 more counter. He had 3k more counter. That's a good game. Yeah, this animal stuff I don't think is very good in Smoker. Just the generic green stuff with the Smoker and the Holy Jones seemed a lot more scary. The Holy Jones turn was just kind of crazy. He was able to clear our entire board. And because he was doing the animal shit, I counted out that first swing. Just not really thinking about Holy on 7, but I mean, it's pretty good, especially with this Smoker. Either way, we'll play to our opponent. And let's move on. If you're enjoying this video, please do consider liking and subscribing. It really helps me out, and then you'll get more EB02 content in your feed. Grape Luffy versus Law. Gonna be a nice learning experience. Don't really know what I'm looking for. I'm gonna keep this. We've got Zoroark on 4, that's not too bad. Hopefully we can find Sanji Pudding. That's always one of the cards you're really looking for with this deck. Is that Sanji and Pudding? Card's very powerful. We've also got a little Nami searcher we can use to get going straight away. He puts a Bonnie in life. That's a strange one to put there. Never mind. We'll go with the Nami. It's got to be the... Is it the Luffy Taro? Is it? We're not ramping up. Could grab the ship. I think I'll just grab the Luffy Taro. And then the turn. Yeah, no ramp currently. That's fine, though. It's not the most important thing in this deck, I don't think. He's got a Bonnie searcher. Do a little searching. Gonna grab a Cavendish. That'll be really nice for him on that next turn. And then maybe just swing 6. Unless he's got something else to drop for 1. Luffy searcher, maybe. Who knows? I certainly don't. Just a 6. I think we'll counter out this one because we're going to be taking a hit next turn. So I'll give him the Usohachi. I think the Sanji might come in a lot more in this deck than it does in others. So let's go 2 into 1. That will get let gone. Very nice. Then we'll go 5 into 5. And then we'll just go 4 for the Zoroark. And he takes, interestingly. Okay. I think we're going to want that Sanji and Pudding next turn. That'll be really nice. So I'm going to grab that. Then we'll end the turn. So on play is not going to go off, right? Because we're going to be on 6, he's going to be on 5, so we don't get to draw the card. Which is a little bit of a shame. There's Cavendish. Seems sensible to me. And then attacking for 6, 7? 6 or 7? Who knows? I think we're probably just going to take this one. Okay, he YOLOs that. Picks up the beige to play out a restand law, maybe. Is that worth? I guess you can just pick up the beige. You can definitely have that. Not sure that was the right move. So we can't make great use of this either, right? We can do the Sanji pudding. We'll get 2 back, and then we can play out the Frankie. That's probably the move. That's probably the move. So if that's the case, we're not going to have any dons for anything else, because that's going to eat all our dons. We may as well attack with the Zorojiro first. Then we deploy the Sanji pudding, do this. 1, 2. Set 2 of the Don as active, then he gains 1,000. 1, 2. Gain 1 active Don. And, oh, we've got 1 more Don. Sure. We'll deploy the Frankie, gain arrested Don. And then we'll attack him for 7. We don't have to play around triggers because we know this is not a trigger. This is a restand law. And then we'll end the turn. I'm digging it. So we're back at 6. We started at 6. We're back at 6. We've got 2 massive fellas out. We're 6k for the turn, which is always very nice. Gives you that extra little bit of defense. He could go with the 7 cost law this turn. That might be reasonable. Does indeed go with the 7 cost law this turn. What did he put there? The restand law, sure. I don't think we're going to be using that. Certainly not this turn. So we've got 6, 8 maybe. Will he try and clear the Zorojiro? Looks like he's going to. I think we'll save it once. And then how much he does is going to depend whether I save it again. Not sure I want to save it again, but don't know. Goodness, I was expecting to be at 3 life by now. I did not expect him to try and just clear the Searcher Nami last turn. That was a little weird. Maybe he's just choosing to initiate a starve. But yeah, a little strange there. I can't lie. Not what I was expecting. Killer. Picks up the killer, restand, gonna do Cavendish again. Sure, I guess. Guess it's okay. We'll let it go and then we'll take a swing on our leaders so we can get a card. Yep, we'll take that one. Zorojiro, not the craziest, but it's fine. And the killer comes back. Okay. I see ya. Do we want to play the Sanji? I think the Sanji's pretty good, right? There's only once per turn. Yeah, I think we want to play the Sanji, rest the killer. We can attack the Frankie into the killer. After we do the Don -1 with the Sanji, and then the Frankie will still get the Don back. And then we can try and clear this Cavendish. I think that's the smart move. So we'll go 7 with Sanji, use the card action, send back 1. No optional. Rest this. We'll attack in 4 on 2, gain arrested. Very nice. He's going to let that go. Then we'll do Don -2. 1, 2. Restand 2. And game 1 active. So we're back at 4 active. Look at this. This is crazy. This is crazy. Then I'm going to go 8 into the Cavendish. I do want rid of the Cavendish. The Cavendish is very powerful. I do want rid of that. And he lets it go. Okay. What about if we went 7 at life? Would you take? Or would you counter? I think you should counter. I do think you should counter this. And he does. I think that's smart. Do we want to play out the Zorojiro? Or do we want to keep it for counter? Realistically, this is dying. We should be able to save both of these. Certainly if we keep the Zorojiro, we can. I think I'm going to continue just to apply a lot of pressure. And we'll do 9 at face. And then we'll end the turn. But yeah, realistically, this Frankie's gone. Hopefully we can save the Sanji and Pudding. I would really like to save that. But, you know, it is what it is. Bonnie Searcher, that's not the scariest. But it could grab something very good. Maybe another one of these to get another heal. It is another one of those to get another heal. Very nice. We'll have to see what he adds to life. I think we know he still has another one of these restand laws in his hand. Season to 4, yeah, you can have the Frankie. I'm never defending the Frankie. He's too far gone, sadly. These will be a bit easier to defend, yeah, especially if he's playing out the law. Unless he has the restand law, but even the restand law can only restand this. So as long as we save it from this hit, we're good. And I'll give him the Film Sanji and the Zorojuro. Yeah. So good that we saved that Zorojuro. It wouldn't have been too impactful on the board anyway. Here's another one of these. Puts what in life? Blocker Law. Sure, I guess you can pick up the Blocker Law. Oh, sorry. Play the Blocker Law by picking up the Bonnie. Do we want to take this? I think we're fine to take one more. We get a Sanji. That's okay. And he is going to play out the Blocker Law. What did he pick up? He picked up the Restand Law to play out the Blocker Law and then play out the Bonnie. Bonnie's going to use her effect. But he didn't want to do it. Okay. So we can go Luffy Taro into Sanji and Pudding, draw a card. Then when we use this, we're going to go back up 2 more Dons, which seems good. So I think I like that. These are both bricks anyway. We may as well just get rid of them. Deploy this, return 1, play out this, and we draw a card. Unfortunately, just another brick. I think I'm going to hold one up anyway to bluff. Let's go 7 at life, see what he does with that. See what he does with the 7. He's got 2 blockers. He just takes. Okay. Okay. Let's go with another 7. Or do we want to go 8? I don't hate going 8, at least here. Yeah, I don't hate going 8 here. Just going to sack off the Bonnie. Let's do this. 1, 2. 1, 2. Gain 1 active, gain 1 active. We've got 5, so I think we just go... Do we ever Zorojuro? Do we ever Zorojuro to try and find Gum Gum? In all honesty... excuse me. We probably need to. We probably need to, because currently he has 9, 9. 11, 10. Which we can't get out of. So I think we probably have to Zorojuro. So we'll just attack 6. He'll counter this one for sure. Just give us a 2k. Or a block 1, either way. Gonna give us a 2. Then we'll go with the Zorojuro. Need to find Gum Gum Giant. We don't get it. That sucks. We'll just grab a 2k. Oh, does it only get purple? Ah, it only gets purple. We'll grab a Frankie. End the turn. So I think we need there to be a Gum Gum Giant in life at this point. Otherwise, we're kinda screwed. Yeah, because he has all his Don. He can also use the Restand Law. 9 to 6. We'll take this first one. Oh, that's not what we need. We're going to counter this. Trash. Trash. Yeah, we just need this last life to be Gum Gum Giant. Otherwise, we are cooked. As the kids would say. Was really hoping to get it off that Zorojuro. If we'd attacked big in life, we'd have probably got rid of this law. But honestly, I don't think it makes our position any better, because I guess it would have done. He'd have had 10 Don. He could have gone 11, 11, 11. And we could have got out of an 11. So maybe we should have just done 10 at face and hope he had to sack off the law. That might have been the move. That might have been the move. I just really thought we'd find one because we've not seen anything like that yet. And he has 5 for the Restand Law, so we need this to be giant. Bailed out, boys. Bailed out, boys. He's not going to even know. Buff this and then give him the 2k. Well played. Yeah, GG's. That was a close one. I think I definitely griefed right at the end there. Should have just gone, swung in big. Hey, wants a rematch? Yeah, sure, let's have a rematch. Why not? Give it a game 2. He's going first again. Doesn't want to even do the gentleman, give us the honour. We've got the Zorojiro, he's not bad. Nothing great on 6, but I think we'll just keep. We've got the Zorojiro. I'm really new to this deck. I'm not 100% sure what I'm actually looking for yet in those early turns. But Zorojiro is always a nice grab, right? It's a good card. I think Zorojiro and Sanji and Pudding, or it seems like the best play, maybe? Who knows? Beige, gonna put a Law there. I'm just swinging 7, we'll just take this one. Luffy is not bad. Gum Gum Giant is a card that is there. Just go with 6 at lead and then play out the Zorojiro. He can count this with a 2 if he wants, but you know, he might not have one. He's already used one of his 2s to just put the Law there. Which I'm not sure this is a great play doing it straight away, but I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Let's go with this. I don't think he can rest this, so we should be getting a ramp guaranteed. I'm gonna pop my drink. Ew, what is this? That's gross. Damn, was not expecting that. Yeah, was not expecting that. Oh well, let's go with the Onami blocker. Give him the 1k. Now what are we doing this turn? We're probably playing out that. That seems pretty good. Sanji Pudding. Sanji Pudding's nice. Again, we're not going to get the draw, which is a little weird, but we at least get a Don back, and we can go to 6k. I think getting it rolling is the best move. Hopefully no more Namis, that would be nice. Was not expecting that. We didn't see that last time, and I've not seen that in lore much. But hey, what can you do? It's a good card. Let's deploy this. We'll do Don -2. Set 1, 2 as active. Game 1 active. Do we have anything to do with these? Not really. Let's just attack in very large, I guess. Make sure that he doesn't know what's on top of his life. Nearly said deck there. And there's no point holding one up for Gum Gum. I am not interested in playing Gum Gum Giant this turn. Not on 5 Don. Someone did that to me once in a game. I think they were on purple black. They had the Black Maria for the next turn, but their turn was like fucking dog shit. Because they played out this, they played this stupid Gum Gum Giant. For no reason. Goes with a Bonnie, grabs a Bonnie blocker. Seems reasonable. Seems reasonable. It's just like a weird version of the beige, right? Yeah, because the beige does the same thing, but less restrictedly, less restrictions. Picks up Bonnie, plays down Bonnie blocker, stacks his life, puts a blocker Law in there again. Okay, it's getting a little spooky. Nice 5-on-6, bro. And just a pass, because he's got no Dons on his leader. That is... I hadn't even thought of that. Think we're going to go with the Luffy Taro this turn. He can play out another Sanji and Pudding. This is going to get pretty hot pretty fast. Turn one of these. Play out another one of these. We get a ship. I'll probably play out the ship. That can take one of our Sanji and Puddings at least over the threshold when Nami can kill it. Which is pretty cool. So let's do this. 1, 2, 1, 2. Bang. Game 1, game 1. It's so fun. So much done, man. It's really fun. It's really fun. Let's deploy this. Onami blocker, not the craziest, but it's fine. Now let's go... Do you want to hold one up for Gum Gum Giant this turn? Probably not. So let's just go 8-8. Yeah, let's go 8-8. I like 8-8. Bit awkward for him to counter out of, because if we do 7, he can go like block 2. 8, he's got to go block 2-2. Block 2-1. Excuse me. Or just 2-2. 8-8. Sure, can just sack off that. That's fine. We'll rest this, give this one higher cost, and end the turn. This isn't the best card in the world, but I do kind of respect it. If we'd had this in the opening hand, we could have... What did he... Oh no, we couldn't have protected the Zorojiro from Nami. Yeah, I guess it's still within the range, but it is what it is. There's definitely breakpoints where it matters, right? Because this Pudding now can't be killed by this one. This one obviously can, but it's tapped, so... That's like... We're sort of accepting that this might die anyway, because he can just attack into it. And he just leaves. Wow, I guess he didn't want that rematch after all. This card's so good. You get 4 Don back, bro, and become 6k for the turn? It's crazy. This film Luffy's not come up a lot yet, but give him time. Give him time. We'll play to our opponent. Let's get into the next one. So, what did you think of those games? I think this deck's very fun. It's got a very unique playstyle. I'm not sure where this is going to fall in the meta. I think it has some potential. I'm not sure it can keep up with some of the other decks. Things like Blackbeard that are just removing all your dudes, and things like Doflamingo that are just quite so aggressive. Going to 6k, obviously very nice, but it comes at a steep cost. Either way, here is my updated build as promised. So, what do we change? I've took out the film Luffy. It wasn't really coming up much. I've just already got the Luffy Taro. So, I think just cutting that in favour of a couple more 2Ks is nice. I've gone up to 4 of the Sanji. I think that was a no-brainer. I'm surprised I wasn't on for all that to begin with. I think that's just a bit of a brain fart. I've swapped 1 Gum Gum Giant for 1 Jet Gatling. Just because, again, using the Gum Gum Giant feels quite bad sometimes. So, I think having the alternative in one of the Jet Gatling is quite nice. We've still got the same amount of like trash counter events. Just this one doesn't cost you 2 Don. Other than that, build's much the same. There's other cards you can include. 9 Cost Sorrow is a good one. I've seen people playing with that. Seems fine, but I don't know. We're not really a ramp deck like Lim, so I'm not convinced. But you could play this if you're really scared of things like Enel and you don't think they have Rhaego. You could play this. This new Zoro that can attack characters immediately and rests a 4 is quite good. I do want to mess around with this. I just don't think the power level is that high. Other than that, you can of course put the film Luffy back in. I do think this Luffy could have potential if black becomes a problem. And other than that, Giant Pistol is something that people are toying around with, as well as the new Nico Robin blocker. But again, this is doing Don -1. I'm already Don minusing lots. I'm not convinced I want to do any more Don minusing. And of course, if you don't like my funny Sanji, you can always play for an Osuke. But I am a registered for an Osuke hater. I think this card sucks. And I'd rather play Sanji, honestly. He's kind of cute. Either way, thank you for watching, and I hope you have a lovely rest of your day.